scores and gotten you up to date, but now we're going to give you some background on some of our local players that we've been following in this tournament, guys.
Right, and you know how a lot of people are all wrapped up and involved in this thing because they filled out their brackets.
Right,
but for some other people out there, they're watching this tournament closely for personal reasons.
That's right. I talked to the high school coach, Brad Tinsley, Mike Doherty, and he explains what makes Tinsley so special.
Tinsley from deep. 6-point game.
Oregon City's Brad Tinsley is doing on a national stage what he used to do here in Oregon. He's scoring big time. The point guard is a senior at Vanderbilt University. As a high school senior in Oregon City, he set records.
723 points his senior year.
We caught up with Tinsley's high school coach, Mike Doherty. Tinsley scored more than 2,300 points in 4 years, and he's one of the leading basketball scorers in Oregon history. One reason, dedication.
Brad's dad is a veteran coach, and in high school, he and Brad would sneak into our back gym and shoot for 30 or 40 minutes before every game. Brad would get in that extra shooting.
He says that, combined with an uncanny ability to find open teammates, makes Tinsley special. After Vanderbilt's SEC championship win on Sunday, he and Tinsley exchanged texts. It was a big moment. During Tinsley's senior year, Oregon City lost the state championship, so this college championship was especially sweet. Tinsley says they're peaking at the right time.
Our confidence is high. You know, I think that if you talk to a lot of basketball players and basketball coaches, you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season. And I think that's what we're doing right now. We're kind of clicking on all cylinders.
He says he was hoping Vanderbilt could play in Portland.
It would have been a lot of fun to be able to get to go back and go there and play in the Rose Garden and have all my friends and family be there. But it didn't work out, but that's all right. We're still in the tournament, so that's all that matters.
Coach Doherty will be watching. He's won more games than any high school coach in state history, but Tinsley is his first former player to make it this far in the tournament.
Tinsley off glass, and Vanderbilt answers. That's a tough shot. Nice.
It was really an honor to sit down with Doherty. He is just a wealth of knowledge of high school sports here. And, you know, I tried to talk with Tinsley's parents. They travel with him. They live in Nashville during the basketball season. So they have been to every basketball game of his for the past 4 years.
That's terrific.
Yeah, they're living the dream, aren't they?
They are living the dream.
And you know what? They're going to see their son one more time on Coin Local 6 as they move on in the tournament. The 5th seed Vanderbilt will take on number 4 seed Wisconsin on Saturday in Albuquerque. And no doubt, guys, a lot of these local players who grew up here, grew up watching and following and rooting for the Trailblazers, and they're going to hear the news as we have. Big changes in this franchise today.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about a firing. There are also some players traded away today. A couple of them, Gerald Wallace and Marcus Camby, gone. The team also waived Greg Oden and Chris Johnson. But perhaps the most surprising news is the firing of head coach Nate McMillan with a month left in the regular season. Coin Local 6 reporter Sally Showman talked with fans about how they're handling the news.
Let's look at our bracket. That is the worst call I've ever seen.
Oh!
And one.
Even though their eyes are glued to March Madness.
I'm really sad about the Nate McMillan thing.
The thoughts of fans at Blitz Sports Bar tonight are with the Blazers.
Pretty sad. I've always been a very strong Nate McMillan supporter.
Just about everyone here has an opinion on Nate McMillan's sudden firing.
He was a good guy. He knew what he was doing, but he just couldn't get the team behind him.
It's obvious that he's sort of lost this group.
This team just has no direction, had no leader. They had to do something.
If you thought it couldn't get any tougher, it does.
Last night's game, case in point.
It was embarrassing.
The Blazers lost to the Knicks by 42 points. That's the 5th largest margin of defeat in franchise history, and March has been a bad month for the team. They've lost 5 games, all by 12 points or more.
We knew it was going to come. Something had to happen. Something big had to happen.
Some feel that something big should not have been Coach McMillan.
And he came at a time when Portland was a mess, and he really was a stabilizing factor. So, you know, I think that to see him dismissed in this kind of way and just, well, he's got to go now, that makes me really sad because of who he is and what he did.
I wish they would have obviously given him a chance to rebuild with the new people that they bring.
Now that rebuilding is up to the team Coach McMillan leaves behind.
We're just ready to be done with the season, move on. It's March Madness, let's watch that instead. It's actually decent basketball. It just hurts too much to watch the Blazers.
Reporting for you, Sally Showman, Coin Local 6.